Hey family, it's Tracy. Hi. It's been a while. Hi, how you doing? I hope everything's going good with you guys. I am back for another vlog. Um, like I said earlier, it's been a while, a long while. So just in case you don't recall, I started making vlogs a couple of years ago for my children to eventually share with my grandchildren, and my grandchildren can share with their children, and so on and so forth. Just in case in the future they want to get a feel for who I was and what I was like and what I was about, and, when I'm not around anymore. So that's the primary purpose of these blogs that I make. So it's June 27th, 2016. Lots been going on since the last time that I talked to you guys. Like I said, it has to be longer than a year that I made my last one. Um, so what's going on with me? Um, I changed jobs, so I'm now working for the state of Delaware, Justice of the Peace Court. It's been a little over, well, about a year and a half. And I must say I am enjoying it. Um, to toot my own horn, I got the Employee of the Year for the Justice of the Peace Court for the state of Delaware, and I got Employee of the Year for the judicial branch of the state of Delaware. So, that was quite an accomplishment. I'll pat myself on the back for that. I am really not that self-absorbed, but so, it was a great honor, to be honest. I was very surprised that I got it, but it was an honor. What else? Uh, Alicia, who's now 25, she's been in Japan for over a year teaching English, so that's cool. I miss her, but I'm so proud of her going off to see the world and living her life. Um, you know, I think I've said in previous videos, when you're young, I just feel like you need to go off and live your life and explore the world before you settle down and get married and start a family. So very proud of her for doing that. I know when, I've been to Europe, I've been to the Middle East, different parts of the United States, as part of the Air Force, and it helped shape who I am. So, I think everybody who gets an opportunity should get out and see the world when they're young. Um, Justin, who's 21, is now living on his own, working, and he's doing his thing, and I'm proud of him for, finding his way and working through things and trying to figure things out on his own. I think in my previous videos when I talked about young men, I felt like, I think all of our kids, we need to stand on their own 2 feet and experience independence, but in particular, I think our young men need to do that, especially young men who are raised primarily by their mothers, because I think as mothers, we tend to be overly nurturing when they get older, and we don't want to see them suffer, and we try to overcompensate. But I feel like we do them a disservice in doing that, and I think all young men, especially all of our kids, but especially young men, need to get out on their own, stand on their own 2 feet, and learn what it's like to be a man. So I think that's what Justin is doing, and I'm proud of him for doing that. Um, Chris just turned 18, and he didn't just turn 18. He's 18, but he just graduated. So he starts college in the fall. Um, so I'm looking forward to him moving to the next chapter of his life as well. But so the kids are doing great, and I'm proud of all of them, and I love them to death. Um, and I think I'm getting to a point where I'm ready to start my next chapter of my life too. Focusing on me. I think I focus so much on the kids, which I think a lot of times we as parents do to the detriment of ourselves. So I think I'm just ready to experience my next chapter of my life too. Um, what else has been going on? I think over the probably last year and a half, I've also been really reconnecting with my family. Um, you know, for those who know me through my other blogs, you probably know that I am like a very much an introvert, and I like being by myself. I mean, that's just what I like to do. I don't like to be around a lot of people. A lot of times it's very draining for introverts to be around people because we feel like we have to be on all the time, and so it's not we're antisocial and we don't like people. It's just that it's emotionally draining for us to have to interact with people like that because people expect us to constantly be engaging or whatever. And I know for me, me being an introvert, I just like to sit back and observe. I enjoy that. I don't have to be engaged in conversation and I don't have to, you know, um talk a lot. I like being quiet and just, those are the things I enjoy. But I must say, reconnecting with my family has been really great. I've enjoyed it very much. Um, so that's been, a big pleasure of mine over the last year and a half. Um, I celebrated my birthday on June 12th, turned 48. Can you believe it? 48. 2 more years, I will be half a century. That's a long, doggone time. I still remember, I can look back and when I was 18 till now, and it's just amazing. Because to be honest, when I was younger, I never thought I would see this age. Just my mindset back then with just, my self-esteem and just how I was. And I kind of touched on it in my other videos, but just didn't have a high opinion of myself. I just thought it was ugly, and I thought I didn't have anything to offer, and I was very shy, couldn't talk to anybody. Everything somebody said got to me, and um, things like that. So just to see the growth from 18 to 48, in those 30 years. And 30 years is a long time, but it's been a journey, not all good. It's been plenty bad, but I like who I am today. I'm not perfect. I continue to make mistakes. I will continue to make mistakes the rest of my life, but I like who I am. I like that I'm a good person. I like that I'm open to things. And I like that I require things of other people to be in my life. I think when I was younger, I tended to just accept, I felt the need to accept whatever somebody said or whatever somebody did because I didn't want to upset them. I didn't want them to think less of me, primarily because I thought less of myself. But now, I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I will accept. And I love that about me at this stage in my life. I mean, you know, the fact that I don't let anybody run over top of me like I used to. I can say no. The fact that I don't care what anybody else thinks about me as long as I like and love myself. Um, the fact that I can be open. I cannot agree with people. I cannot like what they say, but I don't let that get to me. Don't let that make me turn inward. I can actually look at things and dissect them and take things apart and say, does this have credibility? I may have not liked what they, how they said what they said, but you know what? Can I understand how they feel that way, or or why they said what they said, and then take a step back and say, you know, maybe they are right. Maybe there's some credibility, but maybe they are wrong. They aren't right, in my opinion, but I care enough about them to care how they feel. So therefore, you know, I take what they say in. I think when we're younger, we're so easy to be emotional and react and just dismiss what somebody says because we don't like how they said it to us, or we don't like what they said. But when you get older, I think you learn to look at things from different perspectives. And I like that I'm at that stage in my life. Um, and I don't know, I think I just want, if I want my, my grandchildren and great grandchildren to know anything, more than anything, it's just love yourself, accept yourself, um, appreciate yourself. Don't wait till you get to 48 to do that. Know that when you're young, um, you're going to change throughout your life, but enjoy who you are at that time and be open to that change. Don't be resistant to it. Um, you learn so much when you open yourself up to different things, different experience, different people. You can, take so much from all of that and let it shape your life. And don't accept, you know, if, I guess I want to say, don't accept when somebody puts you down or makes you feel bad about who you are. Um, don't accept that if you like who you are, you know. Sometimes you just need to dismiss that and put it aside and consider it their issue, not yours. But if it's a fact that you don't like who you are, there's always an opportunity to change. But it starts with you. You don't let anybody change who you are, unless you yourself want to change to be a better person. And that is a constant thing, day in and day out. Some days you're going to wake up and love who you are. Some days you're going to wake up and hate who you are. Um, but know that each day you wake up, you know, you're going to change just a little bit. Each person you encounter in your life is going to impact you and change you, just a little bit. Whether they cross your path, and I've said this before, whether they cross your path briefly or then they stay in your life for a long time, um, they're going to impact you and who you are, and it's going to cause you to grow and change, you know. Um, but also know that there are going to be times where you are going to have to disconnect yourself from people who are impacting you negatively. I mean, definitely, I don't just say, well, somebody does something wrong, just cut them off. Of course not. But, if you've tried and you've tried and you've communicated with them and you've let them know how you feel, and the same thing keeps happening, and it makes you unhappy or it hurts you, sometimes you just need to just cut your losses and move on. Don't let anybody drag you down or keep you down, um, or make you feel less than what you are. Um, you know, it always starts with you and loving yourself. The only people, only, I don't want to say people, but only person or you have to answer to is, or being you have to answer to outside of yourself, is your God. So everybody else is just you know window dressing, as far as I'm concerned. So as long as you are happy with yourself and you know that your God is happy with you, that's all that matters. The heck with everybody else, heck with everybody else's opinion. um, Now, I say that, but that's not to say that if you know, a situation keeps repeating yourself, you have to be smart enough to look at yourself and say, is it others or is it me? So if you keep having the same problem with different people, then maybe you do need to look at yourself and say, maybe, there's something I need to change or improve. So just remember that too. Um, and really, I think for now, that's all I have. I just wanted to come back on because I hadn't been on in a while and um, talk to you guys, let you know I didn't forget. And, I still would be making these blogs periodically. But hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight into who I am. Okay, talk to you later. Love you. Bye.